Zombie apocalypse.
Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's video I'll show you my technique for welding pipe to pipe without any distortion and how I fit up a 45-degree square branch with a weld neck on it. Now let's get this started. And remember, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button for weekly content just like this. First things first, shaping off the square branch. This is a 10-inch square branch onto a 14-inch piece of pipe, and the template I use is just sandpaper that I've copied off of another square branch that I've made manually at one point. This saves a lot of time and effort later on, so it's always worth making templates. And once it's done, I can move on to the next step, cleaning and prepping the rest of the pipe. Here I'm simply laying it on the table just so I can get the correct orientations, so when I move over to the pipe I can fit it on and I know that it's going to be sitting nice and square. Tacking the pipe on the table like this allows you to check the 45-degree. When working with 45s, it's always crucial that the measurements and degrees and everything is perfect to save time later on. Such as I'm doing here, I'm putting the weld neck onto this 45 while in position, so I know that I'll get the correct measurements and the correct set. The last thing you want to do is to make it on the table, and then when you come to bring it to the pipe, the flange being level puts the measurement out and then you have to cut it off and redo it. So this is the easiest way. Put it on the pipe first, then put the flange on, and then you 100% know later on when it comes to welding on, everything's in the right position, orientation and measurement. And you lot have seen me do this before, welding the flanges in quarters anytime there's any kind of weight on it. I've skipped through it a little bit, just don't want to waste time showing something you can't really see because I haven't got my arc shot sorted out properly yet. Yeah, the second weld going down. I'm routing at around 150 amps. It's a synergic setting that the Welding Machine has. I think it just welds a lot more faster than if you was running a manual setting. Here I'm butting two pieces of pipe together to make the length over 7 meters long. And you see, I put a tack on the top, and then I noticed the gap at the bottom's too big, so I then lower the pipe down, weld at the bottom, and then I cut the tack at the top so the pipe can be even closer, because it's always easier to work with a smaller gap making it bigger than to fill a big gap. Too big of a gap affects the quality of your welds. I flip it 90 degrees, check the level again, open up the gap so I can get a nice route in there. Even though I'm welding it a particular way, I want to make sure that my tacks are good. Strong tacks stop your work from pulling as much. Route in here, again. These are some bad arc shots, but I thought I'd still include them rather than skipping out this step. If anyone knows what causes the screen to flicker like this, drop it in the comments so I can sort it out so it don't happen anymore. The reason why it sounds like that is because it's a pulse setting. And this cap came out alright. I'm happy with that. Not the best, but far from the worst. And now I'm marking out the location of the square branch. It's always important to measure both sides. You'll be surprised how easy it is to make a mistake. Once the centre mark's on, I can then measure out 136mm both sides of the mark, which is half the diameter of the 10-inch pipe. Then I can burn out the square branch and clean it up nicely, remembering to get rid of all the burrs on the inside so it doesn't affect the flow rates. Installing the square branch was just a minor challenge, purely because it's a bit too heavy to handball around that easily. So I put it on 2 V-stands and I just played around with it, getting it into the best location before putting on the first tack. While welding my square branch, I like to have a nice big gap. That way there, I can know 100% that the route's going in. I'm capping the route at 250 amps. That's a nice powerful setting that burns and fuses everything nicely. And then I'm putting a grind right on top of it, get rid of any of that silica. And it's a nice guide for when I'm welding my second run. I turn this one down a bit, I run it around 200 amps. It's not the best welding in the world, but I'm happy with that. Nice 2 runs, you can't go wrong with that. Doesn't need a 3rd run. And it's sorted, yeah. And then now I can put the final 2 flanges on. I always put the square branches on first. That way there I can make sure I don't have to worry about lining it up to anything, and I can put the square branch on 100%, and then after, hanging the flanges is a breeze. Once the first flange is on, I can then take the measurement to put the socket on. Then I scrape my level across the top, gives you the centre mark. Then I burn out the hole, clean it out, and then tack on the socket. And I weld it in place right now, just so I don't have to come back to it later on. My bay isn't really long enough for these lengths of pipe, so putting the spider clamp on was a bit of a tight squeeze, and I have to push it into the pipe to weld it, to then take it out later on. But again, it's the same as before, putting on the flange, tack at 12, shim, tack at 6 o'clock. Sometimes I tack on the inside, I just think it's easier to do than bend down. And when I weld, it gets rid of the tacks anyway. Through this, we've seen this before. I haven't really got the camera set up properly to show you like arc shots and how to weld properly, so I just use this channel more to show the fabrication of things, because there's so many tutorials out there of how to weld properly. But people ask what settings I weld on. Again, this is 250 amps and it's on MIG pulse, so that's why it sounds the way it sounds, and the welds just come out way more better than if it was on manual or synergic settings. And then, like what I was saying, here's the other flange. The arc shot is terrible, so I thought I'd include it, but it's not really what I want to be showing off. And here we go, it's done. That first weld is a bit dark, it had too much heat in it. I was moving a little bit too slow. Now that could be because of my positioning, or the gap was a little bit bigger, so I was moving slower, more heat was going in it. A number of things, but once it's painted, it's all good. It's just how it looks when it's dirty. Square branch, yeah, I'm happy with the square branch. I always put 2 runs on them. The butt weld came out nice. The piece of pipe is running straight, hasn't got any bends in it. The final flange. Yeah, I'm happy with this. So if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe and leave a comment. I can't always get back to you lot with the comments because I get too many, but I do read all of them and I appreciate every comment I get. So I'll see you lot in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Zombie apocalypse.